Good morning, friends. Welcome to the 13th episode of State of the Market Live. Today is June 22nd, 2022. Today, the market will be a bit interesting as usual. So before getting into Nifty futures and Bank Nifty futures, we will look at what has happened, or what is happening in the US market. S&P 500 futures, which are like Nifty for India. Yesterday, I expected them to take a resistance at around 3783 and 3822. If they broke 3822, if they had broken in New York trade 3822, I would have been worried on the long side. Very simple. There is no bias when we are getting into the market. We need to keep some goalposts. Goalpost means these are the places where I will trade, and these are the places where I will trade differently. If you go to the market without any of this information, you are going to trade vigorously and overtrade and trade with a lot of confusion. So yesterday, the key piece of information that I looked early in the morning after I woke up was whether we are above 3822 or below 3822, whether we are in this particular balancing range or not. That is what I wanted to see before I get into the market. So basically, this is a small balancing area. In market profile terms, we call it a balancing zone. So basically, yesterday we tried to get into that deep into that balancing zone and break it. That's when I will be positive. Basically, if you draw a even small trend line, you will get to know that whether we are positive or not. So we have not broken the first resistance. We have not broken the second, third, and then here. That is when I would have been worried about any positivity in our markets also today. However, I will always keep in mind that we can change the direction after we open. It can still happen, but there is low probability of that happening. So basically in trading, you have to look at what are the probabilities, what are the odds in your favor and what are the odds against you. Here, how am I looking at probabilities? So probabilities means basically little bits of information that are supporting your trade or that are supporting your bias. Now, one key piece of information that I kept was S&P 500 futures. If it had gone above this level, I would have been superbly positive. We may get a gap up and then we'll go up towards 15,800 levels and the other things, which we'll discuss eventually in this video. But what is happening in the morning is the market could not break this. Basically, you see buyers and sellers struggled a lot here. They fought it out late in the trade. Initially, there was a big move, but then nothing happened. Now, today in Asia trade, what is happening? We are moving below that small balance. Again, market always goes in two ways. One is in balance and one is in imbalance. That is in a trend. Now you see that in the morning, S&P 500 futures are breaking down. So my bias is negative. However, until pre-open happens, I am not going to take a decision and I can change my direction. Basically, if you already have positions, as per these odds, you have to change your risk. Okay, so if you do not have the dynamic attitude to change your direction with these probabilities, you end up making large losses. Now, let's look at what is SGX doing. SGX should closely follow this. You see that yesterday I identified that this is one of the key areas. I will show you the chart. At 751 and 781, there are key resistances. There are a number of resistances in Nifty, and we see that SGX is dropping down. Now, yesterday in my Telegram channel, I told you that no matter what, we should not break 570 or 585 zone. Later, that level shifted to 585. I look at dynamic levels. So basically, these levels are not static. That means Yesterday, I thought I told you in my channel that we should not break 570, but now that level has come to 585. So if we break or open or get rejected near 585, we can see lower levels. Now, what are those levels? Let's get into that. Now, this is a Nifty 30-minute chart. You can take any time frame, but your process should be the same. 30 minutes is an optimal time frame when you are confused about levels. Now, yesterday what happened? Let's recap what happened yesterday, and then we'll expect what could happen today. Yesterday, we opened gap up near this balance. Basically, again, always look at the market in terms of balance and imbalance. So we balanced it for 2 days, and yesterday we broke that balance. When we broke that balance, immediately we became positive. So in our private room, we took a call, simply a 15,300 call, and in the money call, a deep in the, not deep in the money, 15,300 call, and then we rode it along for 2 targets and then left it. Why? Because this is a volatile zone. Here, the market was not having that big momentum to sustain it. Now, yesterday we closed it around 15,631, and after the market, I marked these levels. Now, today, my plan is if we have any possibility of opening in this range and breaking this, we can all the way go to 16,400 as well. That is my lowest probability. That is zone 3 with lowest probability. Let's mark it so that we can check later in the day. So basically this is zone 1, and now zone 1, zone 1. Now similarly, this is going to be zone 2. This is my zone 2, where, I'm sorry, this is zone 3, which is least probable. This is my zone 2, where there is a bit higher probability because we still have not seen pre-open. So I will wait for pre-open to fix whether we'll open in zone 1 or zone 2 or zone 3. So today my zone 1, that means highest probable zone, I'll put this highest probable zone. So for today, this is the highest probable zone, and this is a little less probable, and this is the lowest probable zone. So this is how you have to set your mindset before getting into trading. Whether you are trading stocks, options, whatever, you need to have a plan that you need to be answerable to late in the evening. Late in the evening, you should not have nothing to answer. Basically, at the end of the day, if I have gone wrong, then I will look for answers here. I will come back and look for answers in my trading plan. So this is my trading plan. Today, if we are opening here, this is less probable, but I will be ready to respond. This is highest probable. I am very comfortable in this zone. And this is the zone where I will equally be comfortable, but then I will change my trading methodology here. That means how I trade, what I do. I will trade my execution here. Now, today, if we look at SGX, we see that we are trying to take support there. But if that is broken, what are the levels that we have to look for? So you see that below 582, we can all the way go to 457. So basically, I am expecting the trading range to be somewhere this one today. I am expecting the trading range to be, let's change the color so that we have a difference. So basically, this is the most probable trading area that I am looking for. But I will keep in mind, if we are breaking this trend line, this extended trend line, or this zone, I am going to change my tag. So hope this is clear about Nifty. Now let's look at what is happening in Bank Nifty. The same 30-minute chart. Okay, in Bank Nifty, I have kept a 15-minute chart because 30 minutes is like too far for Bank Nifty because of the volatility. So here again, what has happened? Yesterday, we trended above this balance. Same story. Nothing has changed between Nifty and Bank Nifty yesterday. So we broke this balance. We broke this balance. We went up. And again, we failed here near 33,652. Actually, I expected the market to fail here, but it failed below this level. Now, what are the zones in this for today? So this can be zone 1. The first zone can be, just a minute. Basically, this is zone 1, which is most probable. And then this is zone 2, the next probable. So I'm neither expecting a fall nor a rise today, basically in both. So zone 2, however, I can be wrong and I'll be happy to be wrong. As long as I understand the market, I'll be very happy to be wrong. So here, this is zone 3. So any move above these levels, I will be worried about. Otherwise, I will not be worried about. So basically, this is the zone I am looking for. And above this, this is zone 3 and this is zone 2. So mostly we should trade here. But if we break this particular level, which is 33,000, we are going to go back to 32,610 and 32,482. And the probability of a deeper cut below these levels increase. If there is any fall below these or above 33,800, I will inform you in the Telegram channel, which is in the link below in description of this video. Now today, so what for option sellers who are aiming for 23rd expiry, that is tomorrow's expiry, they should short options here. But again, this is not a recommendation, but only a plan. So you need to trade at your risk. I will not be responsible for the unknown risks that you are taking. So this is a disclaimer. So option sellers can look for movement in this range, and below this, there will be a trending move. Until then, I'm expecting the expiry to happen around these levels as far as the data that is available so far. So in Bank Nifty, this is the zone 1 we should go with, and this is the zone 2, this is the zone 3. Let's look at again at SGX. Yeah, it is taking support at 15,588, and any move below 570 can witness a lot of action here. However, we will wait for pre-open to confirm what is happening. Now, let's look at Reliance, what is happening. In Reliance, we are just balancing in the same range. Let's look at somewhere. Yeah. So in Reliance, let's look at the daily chart. We are trading in this particular box. Now we are going nowhere. Yesterday we took a long trade in Reliance and that worked very well. However, we did not see a lot of traction on the upside. Basically, we formed an inside bar in this. You see that successively we are making inside bars in Reliance. So for today, any move above this should be looked for. Basically, you have to look for any move above the day high and day low for Reliance. Any move below 2519 can look at the base of this, which is like 2497, below which I'll be negative. If we move above 2619, then I can look for aiming this small gap. Aiming this small gap. That is for Reliance. And let's see what HDFC Bank and HDFC futures are doing. So you see that in HDFC Bank, we have filled this gap. And however, both buyers and sellers were equally powerful. Okay, so after 3 days of rise, we may see kind of some ranginess as the market tries to fill in the liquidity in this particular gap. in this particular gap. The market needs to spend some time here. So mostly today could be a rangy day. That is what our probabilities indicate in Nifty and Bank Nifty. Let's look at HDFC as well, which is another index mover. Same thing is happening. So basically we are filling this gap, and the market tends to spend time in gaps like this. It will not run away immediately. We may form a red bar or a green bar, but within this range. However, I will be ready for any move above these ranges, above and below these gaps for intraday trades. Let's see what is Kotak doing. In Kotak Mahindra, the situation is dire. As you see, we went up on a positive day, because when Nifty trended day before yesterday and yesterday, we tend to make a high. However, we are back to lower levels. So any move below 1663 is going to hurt this a lot. So basically we need to break below. I will be looking for any break of this zone. Any break of this zone can lead to lot of lower levels, and we can easily make out the target as well. Let's see where it can go. Basically, since this is a very small zone, so we'll look for levels where it can go. So any break below that can easily go towards 1628 and 1605. So these are the levels for any breakdown. However, it may not come today, but if we break the small bar that has formed here, if we break this supply demand zone, we are going to end up much deeper in Kotak Mahindra Bank. So if Bank Nifty is falling, remember to watch Kotak. You see that yesterday when Bank Nifty reversed, you see Kotak forming a red bar. However, other banks, that means HDFC, did not form. Let's look at ICICI Bank. See, ICICI Bank, HDFC, they were positive. However, Kotak has become negative yesterday. So this shows that Kotak is pretty weak on the downside. For Kotak to be strong, we have to break at least this gap for it to become strong. Until then, this is going to be weak stock over the next few sessions. That's all for today, guys. Have a great trading day. Be safe, and please like, subscribe, and comment in the feedback section. Have a great day. Bye-bye.